Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. So we're gonna go ahead and do your July preview. So if that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box. That will have all the information that you need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into this because this is going to be the whole kit and caboodle with the monthly readings. We do angel numbers, we do an animal message, and we also get 4 cards for each week. We use the tea leaves for that. Of course, we're going to clarify with tarot, and then we will get advice and additional messages at the end. So hold on tight. We have the sun that came out for the intuitive message, and I did hear it's going to be a scorcher. So you might have heat spikes here in July, wherever you're at. It could just be very hot. The heat index could be rising, or you could have some of the hottest days of the year in July. I'm also getting like unpredicted stuff too, like maybe the weatherman wasn't saying that it was going to be hot, but then it actually is hot. So I don't know, there's something here about the heat rising, okay? So make sure that you're staying cool, staying hydrated out here on these streets, especially if you're going to events or you're going out, you're going to festivals, you're doing things out in the sun. Just make sure you're wearing a hat or something, or you're covering yourself up because it's going to be very hot is the energy I'm getting, okay? The sun is also really positive, and I do feel like you're taking a positive turn here when it comes to your life. The sun represents Leo energy, which is at the tail end of July, so Leo season could be very significant for you. There's also something here about your sun, the whatever zodiac the sun is in, and if that's in your chart. So for instance, in July we have Cancerian energy and we have Leo energy. If you have these aspects in your chart somewhere, it's important to pay attention to what that's saying to you, okay? Like I'll use myself for an example. I have my Cancerian energy in Venus, so I would be asked to pay attention to my Venus and look into how this is being affected with the sun being in Cancer, okay? That's kind of what I'm getting. So if you have Leo in your North Node, or if Leo is your rising, or it's in your Venus, or something like that, you're being asked to pay attention to that. Of course, you would need to look at your birth chart if you don't already know it, like the back of your hand, okay? I feel there's good times, there's healing, there's health, there's happiness, there's abundance, there's just good energy here. Some of you guys might be meeting some new people here in July. I'm getting the energy of like hanging out with people, hanging out with friends, running around, just having a good time, maybe doing some water activities, so swimming or skiing, or maybe going out on a boat if that's something that you could do. But there's something here about being in the water, soaking up the sun, just to really enjoying yourself here in July, which I'm not mad at, okay? Let's go ahead and get some angel numbers for you. Let's see what we have here for Gemini in July. We have 784. Let me get my pen. 784 says, your angels are helping you understand the direction that you are currently moving in. Trust that all will be revealed when the time is right. Continue expressing your creativity and gifts in the meantime. So you are being shifted into a new timeline here. You're being put on a new path, and some of this you might not have all the clarity that you would like moving forward. But what Spirit is saying is that your angels, your spirit team, is really helping you understand the direction that you're currently moving in. You just need to trust that the answers are going to be revealed when the time is right. They want you to continue to grow, continue to express yourself, continue to work on your gifts, your passions in the meantime, because everything is going to make sense eventually. That's what I'm getting, okay? Let's get another one here for July energy for my Gemini gang. How about 200? It says that you are here to make a difference in the hearts of many. You are a gift to the world, and God has your back. Ooh, Gemini. I don't know. There's something really potent about that. I don't know. It just feels like you have a lot of protection, or like, you know, Spirit doesn't play about its people is kind of the energy I'm getting. Like, you know, don't mess with my people. I don't know. I'm getting that kind of energy here. But it does feel like what Spirit wants you to know is that you are here to make a difference, and you do. And you don't have to be doing something like I'm doing. You could just be in your everyday life making a difference in your community, in your family, in your friend group, right? You know, you help people. in a very profound way, especially from the heart space. Some of you could be having a heart awakening, or your heart chakra, there's something happening with that. But Spirit wants you to know overall that you're a gift to the world and that it has your back. So you don't have to worry about holding yourself back or being afraid to express yourself or let your light be seen. Your light is shining for a reason, okay? All right, last but not least, let's get one more for July for my Gemini gang. One more, please. How about 873? 873, okay? It says, angel wisdom is encouraging you to move away from anything that is distracting you from yourself and the present moment. Step away and reconnect with the magic that is within you. Okay, so Gemini, what Spirit is saying here is in July, we're not looking back and we're not looking too much forward. We're trying to stay present in the moment, okay? Because the present moment is truly all that you have, really. You know, the past is long gone and the future doesn't even exist yet. So you need to stay fully present. This energy of looking back too much or even looking ahead too much could really distract you from yourself and what you need to pay attention to at this very moment, because what you're doing right now is actually helping you create and cultivate the path moving forward, your future. So you need to be fully present and keep your focus on what matters right now, okay? It does say step away and reconnect with the magic that's within you. So some of you guys, maybe a vacation, maybe some travel, maybe just pulling back your energy a little bit, you know, taking some time to do what you like to do. You know, maybe journaling or meditating, or maybe playing an instrument, maybe doing some kind of art or creative activity here. For some of you, maybe reconnecting with Spirit or with your ancestors. Some of you guys might even be going on a retreat, or you might feel called to go on some kind of spiritual retreat. I'm also getting like a mentorship or something, like maybe working under a mentor or studying under a mentor when it comes to your spiritual abilities. Maybe some of you guys are going to be studying under a shaman, or maybe a spiritualist or a reader. They're going to be helping you develop your own gifts here. But it does say that you're trying to reconnect with the magic that is within you, because it's a lot of it is kind of, I'm getting like kinetic energy, like a swirling of a stormy energy within you that just wants to be released. So, you know, there's a need to kind of focus that energy so it's not all willy-nilly. All right, I'm back. So moving forward, we're going to do angel numbers now. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys, my kids. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into the animal messages here. Let's see what animal is going to be impacting us this July. Now, this could be a totem for you. It could be an animal that you're already connected to. This could definitely show up as a power animal, an animal that you're going to pull on its traits and its attributes to help you out at any given moment. Let's just see, Spirit, what animal do you have for Gemini gang for this July preview? What animal do you have for Gemini gang? What animal do you have for Gemini gang, please? What animal do we have for Gemini gang for July? Oh, that came out. The panther again? Y'all, didn't we get the panther recently? I could have swore we did. I could have swore we got the panther really recently. But the panther talks about a shakeup. The panther talks about not standing by and allowing you to sit in your stagnant energy anymore. Like, no, it's time to move. It's time to go after your passions. It's time to believe in yourself. And some of these things with the panther energy could be quite fear, like, I don't know. I don't want to say fearful, but it does feel like there could be some fear here involved, or maybe some apprehensiveness, like I'm not sure, you know, maybe having to kind of connect with the more darker aspects of yourself and of your personality and own that shit is kind of the energy I'm getting. The panther asks us to look at ourselves and see where we need to kind of, you know, take steps forward or take action, or where maybe we might be holding ourselves back and not allowing ourselves to be authentic. Some of you could definitely connect with big cat energy. That could be something here that you just naturally connect with. I'm not saying that some of y'all are going to run across a panther. I hope not, right? But you could be seeing a lot of panther imagery or something like this. And when you do see this, it's like, get ready for the shakeup. But the shakeup is actually a good thing. It's not meant to scare you or meant to help make you feel like you're falling apart or anything like that. Like, the panther energy comes in, it definitely shakes our foundation, but in a way that makes us feel motivated and passionate about moving forward, okay? So interesting that we got that again, y'all. Let's see. I'm pretty sure we got that really recently. I mean, I do a lot of readings between YouTube, Patreon, and personal readings. But I could have swore we had the Panther recently. All right, let's see. We're in the fire element. I think this is the fire, right? Yes, it is. Okay. So, Panther, annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. Ooh, it's such a powerful card, y'all. Like, isn't it? It's giving power, okay? The Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes can feel devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see that the Panther's wisdom is at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads us to a brighter place. When in balance, brave and productive. When out of balance, self-destructive. And to bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. I don't know why they're giving me the movie Cool Runnings. I just got the strongest vision of Cool Runnings before I started reading, but I didn't want to stop to say that. So for some of you, maybe you need to watch that movie. You know, it's a really empowering movie, actually, when you look at it. You know, he wants to go to the Olympics, and his family doesn't agree with it. They want him to be a doctor. They want him to follow the same old that everybody does, you know, and he doesn't get the support of his dad, but he goes to the Olympics anyways. And it's like a lot of mishaps and havoc and ups and downs, and you know, they're way over their head because instead of going for like the track, he has to go for the bobsled. And, you know, he's from Jamaica. He's not used to the snow or bobsledding or anything like that. I don't want to give a lot of the movie away, but it's just a really good movie where he has to believe in himself, you know, at the end and do what he feels is right. So Cool Runnings, amazing movie, definitely an A+ for me, but I feel like Spirit wants you to watch it, or maybe that's just, there's something about that. Okay, there's also a speech that one of the more stronger guys gives to another one, and he's like, you got pride, you have power, you're a bad mother that don't take nothing off of nobody. Okay, so there's something about that. Maybe that's something you need to say to yourself, guys. But yeah, I feel like there is going to be some shakeups here in July. Okay, and I feel like there's a level of frustration, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like with the sun, things are gonna be blindingly clear, blindingly obvious, what needs to be worked on, what needs to be purged, what's not necessary anymore. Especially like the angel number said, if you've been stuck looking back too much, okay, or looking forward too much and not being mindful and present in this moment, you know, there could be a purging that's going to happen here when it comes to that. But rest assured that after the dust clears from all of this, you know, you're going to see that this has led you to a brighter place, right, with the sun. So I do feel like overall this is a positive card. It's a positive thing that's going to be happening in July. But yes, we're purging the unnecessary, and a lot of things that we need to pay attention to are being brought to the surface. And some of this could feel a little uncomfortable, you know, especially if like family or outside interference, like influences are involved here. For some reason with that movie Cool Runnings, they made me think of it, and a big part of that movie is him kind of proving to his father that he can be in control of his own life, you know, that he doesn't have to be what his dad wants him to be. He can be what he's meant to be. And, you know, I don't know, there's something about that here for some of you, like maybe breaking societal standards or even restrictions that you might feel within your family or your community. Like people expect you to be a certain thing, but what you're meant to be is exactly who you are, okay? So there's something there with that, all right? But let's go ahead and jump into this, guys. So far, it's an interesting reading, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, whew. So let's do this. Let's break this down week by week. All right. July energy for Gemini gang, please. Let's get the first week of July. The first week of July for Gemini gang. We have the Elephant. It says a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Marathon training. That's so funny. I'm sorry, the marathon training with the Cool Runnings. Because like at first when he's trying to go to the Olympics, he's trying to going for track. So that's just, and maybe some of you guys are going to be doing some kind of marathon. Maybe you're training for something. Maybe there's just a marathon in your life, like it's a gauntlet coming up. Like maybe you work in a place that has a lot of summer activities or a lot of summer things going on. So it's like, oh my God, July is about to be booked, you know? But we have Vision Quest, it says Psychosis, and then it says Ascension. So I definitely feel like the first week of July, you're delving deep within yourself, but you're also maintaining the physical, right? So you're showing up for your job, you're showing up for, you know, what you need to show up for, your responsibilities, your obligations that you have, right? But there's also some stuff that's happening on the inside. I feel like some of you guys could be going through an ascension. So make sure that you're hydrating yourself, you're getting a lot of sleep, you are pulling back where you need to, you're taking time to like be in quiet, reflective energy when needed. I'm also getting the energy here of journaling, and not listening or watching things that are overly negative, okay? And you know, that's subjective energy because some people, they like watching gory slasher movies and other people don't. So the people who like that stuff wouldn't really see that as negative, but some might, okay? But it's like things that might invoke fear or kind of have like a negative, pessimistic outlook. Music that's not really got the most uplifting, positive message here. Whatever you're reading, it's something about the stuff that you're taking in. Make sure that it's high vibing, okay? Especially with like your food too, or your beverages, whatever you're drinking. There's something here about staying hydrated, but staying hydrated with the right stuff. Some of you guys might need to add some electrolytes or something here, okay? God, what are they giving me here? I don't know, it came and it went, so if it comes back, it comes back. But yeah, I feel like you've been on a quest and you might be being called to a vision quest. Some of you might see a panther in a vision that you have, especially if you like to astral travel or you are heavy into meditation or doing breath work or something. Like you might see a panther or maybe an elephant here, but I do feel like, yeah, there's something there. Also, the elephant energy, I know this one has tusks, but it's making me feel, because elephants, when I think of elephants, I think of like feminine energy, you know? Like the herds of elephants that you see in the wild, they're all feminine. The males, the bucks, they kind of wander on their own, and then they come in to breed and then they leave. And even the young, like juvenile male elephants will get kicked out after a certain age. So it's just the feminine groups that are kind of roaming around in the wild with elephants. And so there's something here about that. Some of you guys could be trying to break free from some kind of restriction or heavy energy that maybe a feminine has put on you. This could be a mother, could be a grandmother. It feels like somebody that's maybe in your family, right? In your herd. I don't know. There's something about that for somebody. Okay, but you are ascending past something and you've been on a very long journey, and I feel like you're having a lot of deep reflection the first week of July here. Okay, some of you might feel like, am I going crazy? Like there's an energy here, maybe you're feeling like, am I going crazy? Maybe you're seeing things, you're hearing things, you're feeling things you're not used to. Some of you, your gifts are just busting wide open here the first week of July. Like again, there's something here about with the sun energy for July that everything is kind of amped up. Everything feels more intense, okay? Which is a good thing, but also not a good thing depending, okay? So whatever you're dealing with, it's like you're feeling it more. You know, your gifts are amplified. Everything is amplified. That's what I'm getting. So just make sure that you're being kind with yourself, but make sure you're also putting up your protection and just focusing on what you need to. The second week, we have the basket coming out. Okay, I just heard swish, nothing but net. So some of you guys might like to play basketball, but there could also be something where you do very well when it comes to something your second week. Okay, so maybe you're trying to achieve a goal here and you like smash that thing. All right, it says something pays off, pay it forward, good karma and recognition and reward for merit. Now some of you guys might be paying it forward. You might be doing some good things or some charity here, or maybe you're doing some kind of volunteer work in your community the second week of July. But you're definitely racking up good karma for this, and I don't feel like you're doing it for the good karma. You're just doing it to be of service or be helpful. You know, you want to feel like you're doing something rewarding, and so you're like, well, if I go help at a soup kitchen or help at the Humane Society with animals, you know, or I go pick up trash on the side of the road, or I donate something to somewhere, you know, it's like I feel good. I feel rewarded by that. But Spirit will also reward you as well. So something that you're going to be doing here in the second week of July is really going to pay off, y'all. Okay? Any kind of good deeds that come your way too, you're being asked to pay that forward. So if somebody pays for your coffee in the line, the fast food line in the morning, you're being asked to pay for somebody's coffee or something at lunchtime. You know, it's like give back what you're being given, especially the good stuff. But yeah, there's some kind of recognition that's coming through. I feel like you're going to be hearing like a job well done here. We have the goldfish for the third week. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's like July is feeling, listen, I was a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. Okay. I was a little nervous when I saw that Panther energy, but it is feeling like this is good. And that's the thing. Like, the Panther energy reminds me of the Tower, which a lot of people fear the Tower in tarot. They're like, oh my God, the Tower, right? Everything's about to, like, all is lost, you know, that kind of energy. But actually the Tower is a good thing. It's breaking down the unnecessary. It's removing the clutter. It's removing the things that aren't really working for us. So that way we can build up a solid foundation, or we can focus on what is important, which is what's going to be left after the dust settles. Okay. So I feel like this Panther energy might be something that you've already been doing, possibly in Gemini season, right? In June, in May, you've been going through a deep purge here and releasing a lot and clearing your life of the unnecessary. I feel like you're wrapping things up here in July, and because of that, we're seeing an immense amount of growth. I feel like something is popping off too, like in your professional life, something is happening here in July. Because we have the basket, and then of course the goldfish says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. It says viral overnight success and a sign-on bonus. So, you know, it's just feeling like you're going to have some kind of achievement here, or there's going to be a level up that's happening in July. And this is definitely from all of the hard work that you have been putting in. And this, of course, is coming from the actions that you've been taking on the inside as well. Like you've been, again, healing, purging, and deep reflection. And this is all reflecting out to your material world. So some of you guys might feel like something is just popping off overnight, you know, sudden action taking place, a sudden growth in your business. You could be being offered some kind of advancement in your career, you know, more responsibility, but also more pay. Whatever this is, it is definitely increasing your money here. So by the third week, we're feeling really freaking good. When it comes to our finances in July, we're feeling like, damn, by the third week, like everything is gold. Everything is good. Some of you guys might get a sign-on bonus with something. Like if you go to a new job or maybe you get a promotion, or like we give a sign-on bonus with the promotion. I don't know. You know? Maybe your boss just is like, look, you deserve a raise. You work really hard, you know? And you're like, you're damn right. I mean, I know. I know I work really hard. I just didn't think you knew that, right? But yes, your boss has definitely noticed. So we like that. Okay, shit. Fourth week of July. Let's see what we have here, because this is really good so far. Fourth week of July. What do we have for Gemini gang? Oh, well, we have September coming out. I'm not going to keep months out, but we will put that over there. So Libra, Virgo energy. September could be significant moving forward, or a Libra Virgo could be significant for you, especially if you have these aspects in your chart. We have the bow. You are highly thought of. Damn, Gemini. July is feeling really good. Okay, no wonder I heard that in the beginning. It's going to be a scorcher. Like everything's about to be hot. Everything's about to be amplified. Good times are about to be great times. You know, recognition is about to be like just viral success. Like, but also again, with your spiritual growth, that's going to hit very hard too. It just feels like July is like, we're definitely on the upturn of the Wheel of Fortune here. The bow says someone admires you from a distance. It says making a name for yourself. Okay. Wow. So some of you guys might be making a name for yourself in your community or in your job, whatever you're doing, whatever you're focused on. It's like you are very highly thought of. People turn to you and look to you for guidance or for direction here for some of you. Some of you could be teachers and you're going to be doing very well at that. I mean, I don't know if you're teaching in July, but maybe you're gearing up for that. And what Spirit is saying is that when the school year starts, you're going to be doing very well. Either way, you're getting some kind of admiration here, because we have a card talking about recognition the second week, and then on the fourth week, it's like you're very highly thought of. So yeah, you are definitely being recognized for your efforts here. So you're going to be feeling like a lot of people's energy is going to be on you. I feel like there could be people wanting to shoot their shot with you as well. I don't know why I'm getting that energy, but I am. I feel like we got a little secret admirer here the 4th week of July. Like somebody, this person could be a Libra, Virgo, but it's like giving the energy, or a Leo. But this person, it's giving the energy of this person wanting to kind of come towards you and tell you how they feel about you, for sure. Yes, I was feeling it. Chair field on the bottom of the deck. I was like, look at the bottom of the deck, Jessica. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Yes. A new soul contract, a chance meeting, fated, someone new is entering your life. Ooh, we like to see it, guys. We do, okay? So yes, I feel like there's somebody that's coming in that just thinks so highly of you. Like this person will give you a lot of compliments. I mean, make sure like we're not getting, you know, not gaslit. What is it? What do people do? Love bombing. Yes. Make sure we're not getting love bombed here. But I don't feel like that's actually what's taking place here. I feel like someone genuinely admires you. This person could have had their eye on you for a while. Maybe they've seen the potential within you. This person could have also seen you go through a lot and they just admire your strength. They admire how resilient you are and how vulnerable you are too, because some of you aren't out here putting on airs trying to fake it and act like you're something that you're not. Like you just are who you are, and that's, you know, that's encouraging to other people, because there's a lot of people running around like with masks on, not wanting to be seen, not wanting to show that they're having a bad day or that they're going through it. Everybody's human. Everybody has bad days. Everybody goes through shit, you know? So the fact that you can own it, and then not only that, but actually come out on top and heal and grow, that's sexy. Somebody thinks that's sexy, Gemini. We have the ladder, climbing towards success. It says big changes ahead, growth, trusting the process. I feel like that's what you've been doing. You've been trusting the process here. There's something about this eagle on the bottom with like a lot of courage that you've had to move forward and endure, and it's paying off for you, okay? It really is. All right, let's go ahead and dig into this. I'm excited. I was not sure. That panther had me a little bit like, okay, you know? But let's see. Okay, so the elephant for the first week. Let's dig deeper into this, Spirit. What is this talking about for Gemini, the first week of July? This elephant, what is this talking about? That's going to be too many. We're not even going to look at them. This elephant, the first week of July, we have the moon. I knew it was going to be something like that. Okay? Because I feel like you have been on a journey here. Maybe back to finding yourself, reconnecting with yourself. We saw that in the angel numbers, reconnecting to your magic. You've just been processing a lot. There's been a lot of subconscious like garbage and like filler stuff, you know, that doesn't even really matter or isn't even a part of your true identity anymore. Like maybe some of you guys have been holding on to old, you know, mindsets and concepts and paradigms that don't even actually match where you're at now. You know, so you've been doing a lot of purging and releasing like the panther says. But of course, the panther is bringing in a lot of good energy. I also just heard like, it was so crazy. Like the song was like, it came and it went. It was like, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone, right? Like that, we picked that up in a recent reading, and I feel like that's the energy. Like I can see clearly now. You know, but I had to really let go of a lot. We also have the sun and the moon out here, so this is that duality. It's that yin yang. It's the balancing of your energies here within you. So yeah, I feel like you, and there is something here about what is real and what's not real, you know, because we have the elephant, we have the moon. And this does talk about psychosis, and it can be like that vision quest and hallucinations or visions, seeing things here. And then on this moon card, we have I literally just connected the Black Panther to the panther over here. What? Anyways, yes. Okay. We have the cat that when it looks down into the water, it sees the Black Panther, you know? So some of you guys might have been like, is what I'm seeing when it comes to myself, is my reflection real, or is this real? Maybe some of you guys have had some paranormal stuff that's been happening, or some dreams that have been extra intense. Maybe you've been seeing things in the darkness, like in your room or something. And I'm trying to scare people, but this probably has already, I mean, it's the first week of July, but still, it's like, can I trust what I'm seeing here? I feel like a lot of you are highly intuitive. Some of you might be meant to walk a more spiritual path. You know, you're very focused on your finances in the material world, the earthly world, which is fine. But I feel like there's another part of you deeper that it comes out to the surface sometimes, and it can't be contained, you know? So I feel like when these parts of yourself come out, it's like we need to honor this, you know? Also, the full moon in July could be very significant for you guys. Okay? So be aware of that the full moon, you might have some stuff popping off. I don't know if that's the first week of July or not. I'm thinking that it is, but I'm not sure. And I don't have I could bust out the computer, but I don't feel like doing that. Y'all already know. Y'all are very smart about this stuff. You guys will know if the first week has the full moon, okay? And of course, we also have to remember these weeks can bleed into each other. We know that. So yes, but there's definitely here internal processing that's going on, and this is making you wiser. With the Queen of Wands, male or female, it's just the energy. You're feeling confident. You're feeling more self-assured. You know, and if you do have some kind of spiritual magical abilities here, you're learning to master those. You're learning to feel more confident wielding those abilities and those gifts, okay? So if you give readings to people, or you give guidance, or you bless houses, or maybe you do Reiki work or chakra work, or you're a medium, or whatever spiritual abilities you have, you're feeling more confident the first week because of everything that you've went through. But a lot of internal processing is happening, okay? If you already don't have a therapist, you might be considering getting a therapist the first week of July, just to help you work through things, you know? Just have somebody to bounce your energy off of, and they are able to take their personal self out of the situation and give you honest feedback, you know? So that might be important here. Also, that energy that I picked up before about the mentorship is really coming back. So some of you guys might find a mentor. Yeah, there's an energy here of resting, reflecting, relaxing here the first week. Some of you, especially in your job, if like it's the last 3 weeks of July that's going to be very busy, and the first week is like we're still working, but it's our last moment to kind of just breathe for a second. Yes, I feel like that's necessary. Also, Spirit is asking you to really do whatever purging and reflecting you need to, because the last 3 weeks, whether you're planning for it or not, of July are going to be busy, hunty. Okay, you're going to be booked and busy, and you're going to be out there being seen and doing this and doing that. It's like there's going to be a lot. So, you know, allow yourself to process when you have the time or when you feel able to. So if you're feeling like you want to take a couple naps, or you want to just relax the first week of July, I would suggest that you do that. But we're definitely delving into our emotions and our spirituality the first week. This is also my meditation card, and I feel like some of you guys are really going to get into meditation if you're not already. You know, if you are already into meditation, y'all might just be finding yourself going into a meditative state when you're not even trying. Be careful about that, because some of y'all might be going into like a meditative state when you're driving, or when you're cooking, or when you're at a business meeting. People are just like, okay, we lost them. Gemini, right? You there? You with us, buddy? You know, it could be something like that. So just make sure you're, you know, staying in this reality here. I feel like you're doing a lot of manifesting the first week of July. And of course, sometimes that takes us going into our higher self to manifest. And so you could be doing a lot of daydreaming. You could be doing a lot of fantasizing and thinking about your future. But it could definitely be given some zone out energy here. So I'm getting like a zone out vibe. All right, let's move it. Let's keep it moving like Susan. Shout out to that lady. Okay, the second week we have the 8 of Pentacles. That makes a lot of sense. With the Tower, listen, recognition, that's an amazing energy. The 8 of Pentacles with the Tower, we already had the Panther. I don't feel like this is a negative Tower. I feel like this is positive. I feel like this is something here where there's a surprising amount of recognition that comes your way. Okay, so this is like the energy of something wasn't really doing anything and suddenly it is. You know, everything was okay, but then we get this really big client, or we get this really big investor that comes in and it's like, whoa. Or this is everything's just normal, and then you get called in for a meeting and they're basically telling you that you're amazing at what you do. They like to promote you. They like to give you this, that, and the other. It's feeling here like on the second week of July, whatever we've been working on very steadily, been very steadfast, you know, everything's just, the 8 of Pentacles for me is just like everything's going as it should. It's very steady. Okay. Working very hard, just routine. That's the energy I get with the 8 of Pentacles here. But with this Tower, there's a shakeup, and it's a good shakeup with the basket. So I feel like there's recognition that comes through. I feel like this is something you fought for, something that you've been like, you know, you've had your eye on the prize, guys, and it is paying off for you this second week. Yes, we have the Star coming out, okay? Look, with the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. This is you shining. This is you doing a really good job at something, and maybe even something healing, like something getting better, you know? So if something was kind of, I don't want to say dying down or dying back. I mean, everything has a season. You know, everything has its ups and everything has its downs. That's why we have to kind of work with the ebb and flow of life and the energies sometimes. And I feel like whatever this is that maybe has felt like it's been in a more stagnant energy, I feel like that was so you could catch up, because energetically you've been purging, you've been doing a lot of spiritual work here on the inside, and that is tiring. That's why I'm saying drink your water, get your rest, sleep when you feel like it. You're an adult. You can take a nap at 12 o'clock in the afternoon if your life is set up that way where you're able to, or on the weekends. Sometimes if you're like me, on the weekends you feel like you need to be overly productive. Like, I need to clean the entire house. I need to do all my plant stuff. I need to do all my laundry. I need to strip the beds down. I need to do that. Like, I go into like Terminator mode on the weekends because I don't know. The weekends traditionally for me have always been like a reset type of energy. But maybe one Sunday you feel like sleeping all day. Go ahead and sleep. It's like, allow yourself to do what you need to do spiritually, because this is tiring work. Doing that internal work is very tiring, and you are about to have to put your focus into the physical, okay? I feel like you're about to be solidified in your position here. So some of you, maybe you weren't sure. You could even be new at something, like going into the workforce or going into a new business, a new career, or a new job, something, okay? And it's like you're about to be solidified. You'll be doing very well. You can be shining. Nothing sweeps swifter than a new broom, okay? Not to call you a broom or objectify you. I'm just saying you're there to do a certain role. You're there to fulfill a certain position or a certain job. And you will, okay? That's the energy I'm getting. Like, you're going to be really, like, people are going to be like, who the fuck is this? That's the kind of energy I'm getting for some of you guys at your job. People are going to be like, who is this? Even if you've been there for a while, they're like, there's something new. You know, something different about you. Like, you know, something happened. You know, something happened. You're just showing up. And you're showing up in full force, and it's really paying off for you, okay? So solid energy and looking really good, Gemini, and recognition coming in because of that. What is this goldfish here for the third week? Third week of July. What is this goldfish? We have the 7 of Cups here, okay? So something has stabilized out when it comes to our finances, for sure. But we also have options that are entering the picture here with the 7 of Cups. And that could be what we were almost manifesting here in this first week, because we saw the 9 of Cups, which is, again, it's a manifestation. Sometimes we have to move into our higher self and kind of disassociate from reality. Because there's somebody said this, I forget who said this. I think it was the gym goddess. I don't know if this is, I literally never shout out people, like, ever, you know that, but I really do enjoy the gym goddess, and she's a fellow Gemini. She doesn't read for Gemini. She does like pick-a-cards and stuff, but I really enjoy her energy, and she's really good at manifesting, and she talks about it a lot. And I think she's the one that said that you have to be a little bit delusional to manifest. Like, you do. You can't sit here and think of your manifestations in a structured way and like, oh, well, that's not realistic for me. You know, I can never achieve that. You almost have to like think of yourself or the situation in a way of you can achieve whatever you want. Like, manifestation is literally like your genie lamp, you know, and you just rub on it and whatever you desire is possible because you're being given that, you know? So there is an energy of delusion here when I think of the 9 of Cups, which we saw up here, and now the 7 of Cups. It's like something that you've tried to manifest or you've been working on manifesting. It's like dangerously close to showing up in the reality here, the third week. I don't know. That's what I'm getting though, because I feel like you're very stable here when it comes to the 4 of Pentacles. I know the 4 of Pentacles can talk about being in lack sometimes, but I look at 4s as a square. It's a stable energy. It's a foundation that you're building. We're not at the 10 of Pentacles, no, but we have a solid foundation for us to build up off of. But there's more potential here that's on the horizon, or there's more possibilities that are coming here with the 7 of Cups. So you're gonna have a lot of options. Also, the goldfish does talk about an increase in material wealth and spiritual growth. When I think of cups, of course I think of the spiritual, and I feel like there's something here where you're growing. You know, some of you might have some gifts or some things that maybe you've been holding back or that you weren't even aware were there that are coming to the surface. Some of this could be from your ancestors here. I was trying to see because I thought one of these, I know the elephant can talk about ancestors, but I thought one of them said ancestors on the card directly, but no. But yeah, I'm getting something like that. I also feel like a wish fulfillment is coming, y'all. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I'm getting that very strongly. Almost like this is spirit like saying, here, choose, you know, you can have a wish. What wish would you like? And she's just like, oh man, you know, there's something like amazing taking place here this third week of July. And you know, with your look, yes, with the remember that was a thing, y'all. Yes. Nobody says that anymore. Nobody says that anymore. But I promise I was definitely one of those people that were like, yes. It just kind of like came out. Like I didn't even mean to do it. Anyways, guys, moving forward. The Wheel of Fortune here. Yes, there's something here that's taking place. It's magical, it's mystical, it's amazing. There's something like that going on here. It's an increase in your fortune for sure. Okay? Like it's changing and you have options now. So you could have quite a few different business opportunities come your way, or quite a few different, like people maybe pitching ideas to you. Maybe your creative energy is like at an all-time high on the third week. And so I would write some of these ideas down. Maybe you can't do everything at once. I mean, I would not suggest taking on more than 1 or 2 projects at the most at any given time. Because then we're just going to get ourselves right back into that energy of feeling burnt out, Gemini, and nobody likes a burnt out Gemini. Okay? We'll be having meltdowns and popping off and crying, and you know, nobody needs that. So I feel like there's the energy here of focusing on one thing at a time, but maybe writing down what ideas that you're having, because I feel like you are having a lot of ideas. Wow, your strength is being rewarded is what I just heard too. Like Spirit's like, I see you, okay? Like I see you out there shaking that ass. I don't know why that song came out, but it did. Oh my Lord. Okay, so we have the Magician. Yes, I feel like whatever this is that you do, whatever your skill is, your trade, you're doing it very well the third week of July. We're manifesting a brighter future. We're coming out of that lack mentality for sure. We're moving forward here. We're taking back the power and the control in our own life and our own circumstances. And we're taking action. You have everything that you need to create something abundant for yourself too. I feel like Spirit wants you to know that, okay? So keep that in mind the third week of July, that you do have everything that you need. And you might need to look at something from a very creative space or an elevated energy here. But I do feel like with the 9 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, you're going to be feeling very secure in your finances. New opportunity, new possibilities and potential are entering. There feels like there's a big shift in your energy, and you are, I don't know, it feels very magnetic. And again, a manifestation or a wish is coming true the third week. What do we have here for the bow? You are highly thought of. The 4th week of July. The 4th week of July, you are highly thought of here. What is this talking about for Gemini, gang? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Knights talk about action, right? This is a financial action, or this is an investment being taken here. Somebody wants to invest in you. Look, we got the Lovers. Gemini energy. I don't even know if I've been calling signs. I've been a bad girl, okay? We have the Cancer, Pisces energy. We have the Aquarius. We have Aries. And then, of course, we have Gemini, okay? And then we have Libra, Virgo over here. And we have Leo with the Sun. Gang's all here. Yeah, somebody wants to invest in you, okay? For some reason, that song from Fiona Apple is coming through. I've been a bad girl. I've been reckless with the delicate man. Something like that, man. I don't know. I feel like somebody's really into you, and it's a little like, wow. But yeah, maybe somebody feels like you're teasing them here, because I'm like, what? Why would that song come out? I feel like somebody might feel like you're teasing them, you know? Like you come into the office and you wear your hair a certain way just for them, or you laugh, and you know, that perfume that you put on, like you put on a little extra perfume when you see them. Somebody might feel like you're kind of low-key into them, but you're playing hard to get, or you're being very shy about it. And so they're like, maybe I need to make the first move. Like somebody might be feeling like they need to make the first move on the last week of July. Somebody does want to connect to you, though, either way here with the Lovers. This person does feel strongly connected to you. I don't know if this is a soul connection that they would say. Like, I don't know if this person would be like, oh, this is my soulmate, you know? But they are feeling very connected to you, you know? Yeah, the Empress. No wonder. That's that energy. Highly sensual, you know? Somebody sees you as very sensual the last week of July. There's something about you. Just super sensual. And they're getting a little vulgar, guys. So this person might really be into you in that special kind of way. But I do like that they're coming in the Pentacle energy. I mean, they're showing up as a Knight, but a Knight is also an offer. And I feel like this is a solid offer with the Knight of Pentacles. What? Okay, who is this person that wants to offer something to Gemini? Who is this person? We have the King of Swords coming out. This is somebody who is an authoritative figure, somebody who's highly intelligent, a little methodical. I'm getting like sterile, not, maybe they are shooting blanks, y'all. I don't know why they're giving me that energy. That's way too much information. I'm sorry, but they are giving me that energy. But this person, I'm getting sterile in the way of like cleanliness, like they're very clean. Like this is somebody who keeps their house clean. They keep their car clean, their body clean. Like, you know, their nails, they're not gonna have any dirt under their nails. Like they have like a little brush on their, I'm getting the energy of like, I'm seeing like a brush on somebody's sink, and when they wash their hands, they scrub their nails, okay? Maybe they're a doctor, you know, maybe they're a veterinarian or somebody that works with, you know, people and they need to be clean. I mean, everybody need to be clean, but this person is like, it's part of their job to be clean. They could also be very militant. Like this is the type of person who makes their bed when they get up in the morning. Maybe they were in the military, or maybe they're a police officer, EMT, something like that, an official, maybe a fireman or something, or a firewoman. But this is somebody who, yeah, they're very methodical. This is somebody who's very patient, very wise. They know a lot about a lot too. Like they study, or they have a very like high degree, or even if they don't, like maybe even if they're like a high school dropout or something, they still know a lot. Like you would think that they went to college, or you would think that they studied in something, even if they didn't. This person might like to read, or they like to learn. They enjoy quiet time. This is somebody who, like, they're the type of person who sets their coffee maker up the night before, you know? They might like that you're a little different than them too. Like you might balance their energy out, because this, I don't know, guys, it's giving kind of like a little bit of a, not a tightwad, but like everything's in its order, everything's in its place, and everything runs like a well-oiled machine because of that. So yeah, this person is really noticing you. This could be somebody at your work, like a boss or somebody who's in a higher position than you. This person could definitely be an air sign. They don't have to be, though. King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Queen of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this person pines over you. This is definitely somebody who has a lot of emotion for you, or they think of you in a special way, but they maybe don't necessarily show that. Like they keep it all business around you, or they kind of keep their emotions a little cut off. Even though they do have emotion for you, and they find you to be smoking hot. This person's also very attractive too, because to me, the King of Swords is usually an attractive energy. But that might be because I'm a sapiosexual, okay? So I'm attracted to intelligence, and that might be that. But this person is just very intelligent. What else do we have here for this person? Why are they thinking of Gemini so highly? Why are they thinking of Gemini so highly? Why is this? We have the Tower. I feel like it's because of your giving nature in spite of the adversity that you've went through. This is somebody that likes people who overcome things. This is not somebody that likes, I hate to sound this way, but this isn't me, this is them. Although I kind of low-key resonate with this energy. Like they don't like whiners. They don't like complainers. They don't like people who are like, oh my God, my life has just been horrible, and I everything sucks, and I'm, you know, like staying in that victim energy. Like, yes, bad things happen. Bad things do happen in life, but it's about how you overcome this adversity that truly defines your character. This is somebody who's very strong. This is somebody who's not going to, like, even if this was somebody who had like a massive illness, or was going through like a loss of a family member, or, you know, maybe they just lost their job and their rent's due next week. Like this is somebody who would still be like, I'm okay, you know? Like, this is not somebody who would break down, and they see that energy reflected in you. Like, they see clearly that you've been through things, or you're going through things, that you maybe do struggle with mental warfare and stuff like that, but you hold it down so, like, damn well, like, and you still get out here, you still give to people, you still, like, see the upside and the positives. Like, they just love that about you, Gemini. And again, this person is not chaotic, so they actually really are drawn into that chaotic energy because it's the balance. It's the yin to the yang. You know, you want two yins, you want two yangs. Well, that's not balanced. Your yin needs a yang, and your yang needs a yin. And I feel like that's the energy here. Like, they're very methodical and patient and calm and sure, and you might be a little artsy or creative or emotional, or even like has this chaotic process to how you create, and this person just really enjoys watching you or paying attention to you, talking to you. I don't know, they're just into you. Yeah, look. Okay, this person's into you. They have a very soft center. This is somebody who's like got a very hard shell, but a very soft center. They're kind of like a peanut butter nim-nim, right? That's what I used to call them growing up, nim-nims, but they're M&Ms. Yes, they're like a peanut butter M&M, okay? The best kind of M&M. Like, when you crack past that little candy shell, like, you get all that nice, gooey, smooth peanut butter. This is somebody that's not hard to crack either. Like, when it comes to you and how they feel about you. Like, this is somebody who once they're ready, and once you kind of, y'all get to that point, like, this is somebody who's gonna like melt like putty into your hands. Ew, I like that. Okay, yeah. Ew. I'm getting all kinds of like thoughts here and stuff, okay? Yeah, this person will reveal themselves 4th week of July, okay? Or moving into August, but they're going to reveal themselves, guys, okay? And I feel like you're going to be maybe a little shocked, or like, wow, I didn't realize you were into me, or, you know, like, this is somebody who's coming out to reveal themselves. We like it. All right, so let's see. Overall, I'm really happy with this reading. Let's get some advice and additional messages for Gemini gang for July. Let's get some advice. Oh, okay. We have Nourish the Shadow, card number 33. Yes, look, and it's a panther. I'm telling you, the panther energy is showing up, y'all, and it's going to continue to show up. You might see a lot of panther imagery. Maybe if you're an artist, you're compelled to draw a panther or something, but yes, I'm seeing that. Nourishing the shadow. That's exactly what we're doing the first week. That is exactly what this panther is asking you to do. Purge the unnecessary. Make peace with the shadow energy that you have within you. You know, is you're giving emotion, or you're giving water or love to yourself in the areas that you need to, the shadowy areas. What else do we have here for Gemini gang? Advice and additional messages for July. Advice and additional messages. We have Attract Through Your Glow. Yes, card number 18. That's exactly what's happening here. You are attracting so much. There is so much kinetic energy around you in July that is going to bring in so much abundance, potential, possibilities, love, success, recognition. It's just like, wow, you're attracting so much. And I feel like it's because you finally decided to sail away from whatever was holding you back in your past, right? Card number 23, you've seen beyond something. Like, you're moving on from that. You had to. We have a victory here coming out, card number 40, with Claim Your Power, card number 25. Yeah, there's going to be a victory. And I do feel like this is something that you've been focused on, or you've been very steadfast in regards to. What else do we have here for Gemini gang for July? Gemini gang for July. We have self-love, worth, value, and respect, card number 11. With your perception, I feel like as soon as you started putting some respect on your name, it's like everything else had to kind of fall into place and do the same. You're really valuing yourself, and it's showing. And you're not taking anything less than what you deserve, Gemini, and I like it, okay? You are about to shine, card number 26. Yes, okay? This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. That's a song coming through here. So whatever you've been holding back, whatever parts of yourself you've been holding back, you're not holding them back anymore. Like I said, people are gonna be like, who this? With that star energy, like, who is this in July? It's Gemini. It's me, right? Surprise, surprise. transformation, card number 42, and opportunity, card number 16. There's definitely an opportunity coming in, and this is happening because of the transformation that you've taken within yourself, but this is also going to be transforming some things in your life. And again, with the Panther energy, some of this could feel a little uncomfortable, but it is something that's needed and bringing you to a brighter space. So we have last one, we have small steps, big accomplishments, card number 8. And we have Metamorphosis, card number 34. So, you know, it's almost like you weren't seeing all of these changes that were taking place. A lot of this growth was definitely being done under the surface, right? So it's like we didn't maybe see all the transformation, all the change, all the growth that had happened, all the healing that had happened. It's almost like it just happens. You know, with the small steps and the big accomplishments, it's like one day we start seeing all of these things manifesting, you know, all of this growth, all this change. And it's like, actually, this has been a very long process that's been taking place, okay? So I really like this energy for y'all. This is your reading for July. I do hope it helps, hope it resonates, hope it does something. And I will definitely see you on the next one. Bye.